Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday. Oh my God. Yo, what's today's date? Today is May 22nd. Listen, y'all, we are drawing to the end of May. This month has been absolutely unique. If I could sum it up into one word, this month has been absolutely unique. So hello, everybody. As you guys are rolling on in, please do me a quick favor. Say hello. Especially for those of you who are watching on the replay, go ahead and type in hashtag replay. Yes, we love all of our replay viewers. We love you when you guys hop on, engage, comment, all the things. So we're going to continue on with another amazing conversation. Meiyoko is going to be logging on very, very soon. But for those of you who are new to watching this show, this conversation, my name is Leticia Campbell. I'm an email marketing strategist, and I'm also a thought leader, right? I'm also a thought leader. I was like, okay, I got to add that. I have to add that to my title, right? I had to, it's time for me to add that. But okay, let's go ahead and bring up Meiyoko is in the building. Yes. All right, let his connection. Let's get. Oh, there you go. Ooh, dagger eye. You should have saw how you came on.
What's up?
Did I brought you up too soon?
Oh no.
Okay. I want to change this font real quick. I don't like it. I'm sorry. I know that is much, but I want to change the font. Oh, no. I'm sorry. I know I'm getting off topic, but that's just bothering me with the fonts. I don't like these new fonts StreamYard is doing.
How's everybody doing?
Yes. How's everybody doing today? I hope you all are doing okay. That's the way I want it. Okay. Oh, don't you hate when people change things? You're like, wait a minute. I didn't ask you to do that. So I was just telling everybody, we just logged on. I was telling everybody hello, introductions and things like that. And I know yesterday we had a really, really good topic to discuss. Today is going to be even better. I actually like this topic. Meiyoko was the one who came up with it, which is how to stop love bombing your audience. Really, 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 really good topic. And I know some of you are, go ahead.
I said love bombing.
Love bombing. Type in one if you ever heard of that word, guys. Those of you who are watching live or on the replay, type in one. Have you ever heard the word love bombing? And we all know what that's tied to. We're not going to go into that direction. We're really diving into what is love bombing in business, because there is a such thing as love bombing in business. So today we're talking about something that's probably costing you more than you realize, or more than you're aware of, right? More than you're aware of. And that is love bombing your audience, right? It's called doing too much, too fast, too soon, too early.
Right.
All those twos, TOO, all those tools, right? Those tools, too much, right? And sometimes we're looking at ourselves and we're saying, wait, nobody's buying, nobody's following me, nobody's showing back up, right? You may have some people who followed you early on, or you may have gotten some built some tractions early on, but now you're like, what's happening? What's happening? And it's so interesting. Somebody shared this with me the other day. They was like, well, maybe it's my audience. Maybe I'm not in front of the right people. Well, you could be in front of the right people, but you're not positioned appropriately. You're love bombing too much. What do you think about that, Meiyoko?
I think you're 100% correct.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of like when I was taught in the insurance business years ago,
right?
How people can smell commission breath, right? That's what they call it. They can tell if somebody's really there trying to help them, or if somebody's trying to get the sale, right? And when they say, well, you have commission breath, hey, LaShawn, they say when you have commission breath, you're so eager to get them to actually buy something. So you have this sense of urgency for them to enroll, to sign up, and you're so focused on why they need to sign up. They call that commission breath. So it's like people can actually literally smell that on you while you talk.
Absolutely.
So it's the same thing with love bombing your audience. Right. While you may have a lot of good things and a lot of good traits, that it may be too much for them, because people don't know. There's 3 types of audiences, right? You might not have heard these words, so you may want to write them down. Top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel.
Yes.
Now, I'm not going to get into what a funnel is. All a funnel is one is a system that leads them from one step to the next. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Email list to booking a call to some type of offer you may have.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
basically what a funnel is. So top of funnel are people that are really, really like they're pretty much at the top. Like they're don't really know, they don't know who you are. They have no idea what type of value you give, right? Those particular types of people you want to approach a different way as opposed to the other two, right? So it may be getting them to sign up, getting them like a some type of free resource, or being on something like this, like a live stream, right? A lot of top of funnel people would like something like this because it introduces them to who me and Leticia are and how we can actually help them, right? Then you have middle funnel people. They've seen live streams, they've seen things like this. So yeah, they're absorbing some of your free content, but they may have actually purchased something already, right? So now they're looking to be transitioned into the next phase of what you can help them with, right? So now that they're a little different, they may want to invest in a master class, right? Or may want to apply to actually join some type of coaching or some type of service that you have. That's middle of funnel. They have some experience with you. Bottom of funnel, bottom of funnel is they've been in your infrastructure, they've been in your ecosystem, they purchase things from you. So now you can literally talk to them in a way where mostly everything's relatable. So they're like, okay, all right, what do you have for me this time? I already trust you, I already know you, I already like you. So I'm going to enroll in everything.
Right.
That's bottom of funnel. Now,
Mm-hmm.
give me if I got it mixed up. The what I'm telling you, the direction of what I'm telling you is right. Sometimes people explain top of funnel one way, top of funnel
Mm-hmm.
people closest to you, and then the
Mm-hmm.
bottom funnel are the people already at all the way at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Some people describe it the way that I did. Top of funnel being the people that are at top of your list,
Right.
already interacted with you, and then bottom of
Right.
the is yeah. So
Yeah,
what you
I've taken tons of funnel classes. It's really about the type of industry you're trying to market, the audience, what you're
correct.
offering. So like Meiyoko said, it is different for everybody, but the way he shared is the basic. Like you can that's gonna make you a lot of money right then and there when you understand the structure, of it all. So
Right.
there's a rhyme and reason for that,
So my point was, based on what stage they are in the journey of getting
Right.
to know you, is what you actually want to deliver to them. Because
Right.
sometimes you can deliver too much too soon,
Right.
and then you just turn them off completely. And
Absolutely.
it's the love bombing.
The love bombing. Yes, and it brings us to our first point because we're all into the how, the what, and the why, right? So, how to stop overwhelming them with content. So, I want to go back to what you mentioned about leadership, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
The thing about that gets people when leadership, especially if you're a thought leader or you're a transformational coach or what have you, and you're giving content. If you're not authentically representing what you're preaching or talking about or trying to get people to do, they're gonna lose connection. It's gonna
Absolutely.
lose connection. I find that a lot. It's so many. Just recently, I'm like, it's so many people out there wanting to lead and play that big role, which is a lot of responsibility and emotional work. But if you're not that representation of that, you know what I'm saying? Even going when you was mentioned about agents, being an agent. If you're a agency leader, but you're not out there putting in the work, bringing in people, putting in things like that, the people who are coming in behind you are going to look at you like, wait a minute, what are you doing? You know
Right.
what I'm saying? What I get you telling me this and that, but what are you doing? We had this funny conversation in the past about different relationship coaches and things like that, and all of a sudden,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like all this stuff you didn't know. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, yeah.
Leadership, but the thing about leadership, people have a misconception when it comes to leadership. Leadership
Right.
it's a role,
Right.
it's a responsibility,
Right.
it's a lifestyle,
Right.
it's a choice. It's all
Mm-hmm.
those particular things. And
Right.
I can really get into that's a whole different live stream. But when it comes to overwhelming people with content, you are leading with content, right? So how to stop overwhelming them with content, I would kind of phrase this different. Not only just how to stop overwhelming them with content, how do you lead them with your content? How do you lead them into exactly what you want them to know, how you want them to learn, what the major focal point about your content is. So instead of how to stop overwhelming them, first of all, how are you going to lead them with your content? Because your content is either leading them to do one thing or the other. It's leading them to continue to watch you and to learn from you, or it's leading them away from you. It's only going to do one of two things.
That's right.
It's leading them somewhere, either to you or away from you.
Yeah.
So when you talk about content, if it's content that is designed for a particular purpose, and it is going to have the result that you probably desire. And the result that they desire, because it's not really about what you want, it's about what they are trying to get out of watching you. Yeah. Via video, via a Facebook post or social media post, whatever it is, however you're delivering your content, you're supposed to lead. We're taught oftentimes content is king. Content is king. Yep. Be consistent with your content. But what is your content leading them towards?
Leading them to. Yeah.
This is how you get from overwhelming somebody with content, then being very strategic and very seasoned and mature and balanced with your content. Because if you look at it from a perspective of, all right, what am I leading my audience to do?
Right.
How am I leading with this piece of content? Like I had to call you up, Leticia, and I'll be very transparent. To call you up.
Go ahead. The
last post that Leticia made was brilliant. She talked about her past. She was very vulnerable, talking about some things she's dealt with.
Yes.
Without getting you all in her business. She talked about what she's learned from that and where she's headed. So she led from that piece of content. That's what you call leading from content. That's not overwhelming to an audience. It's reassuring. It's comforting. It's motivating. It's inspiring. All those things were in that one piece of content.
Yes, it was.
This is how you don't overwhelm them with content. Because if you come from a place of leadership, when you put your content out there, you're not going to overwhelm them.
That's right.
This is how you stop doing that. You're looking at content the way that you were probably conditioned to look at content. Look at content as another way to lead.
Another way to lead. Yes. And I appreciate, you calling me and telling me that. And it brings me back to the book Tribes. I don't know if you guys ever read that book. It's a really, really good book. And it said your audience, it said your audience doesn't need to be chased. They need to be led. You know how sometimes we in other branding coaches talk about chase. You got to get out there and find your people, get your people, get followers, find followers, get connections. But again, that's why I told y'all yesterday, we don't talk or structure what we do like every other branding conversation that's out there. It's really about getting you to work smarter, not harder. So yeah, if you're feeling like you're chasing people, you're probably doing the wrong thing. You're probably overwhelming now,
You're not leading. You're not leading. You are operating from a place of desperation.
Yeah.
That's not leading.
Yeah. It's about confidence, not chaos. Confidence would make you go a long way. I was having a conversation with Meiyoko before I came on here. A lot of people were like, oh, this person got mad confidence. And I'm leading towards, but it's like, so sometimes we think we got to be perfect, but when you're confident in front of the right people, all the things that you're lacking, eventually it's not going to matter because you got so much confidence, so much, you show up and you just like on it, and those people are going to be attracted to that, like a moth to a flame,
Just remember that your content needs to be leadership based. Don't just put it out. Put out your content from a place of leadership.
You know what?
Like I'm greater than anybody else. What I'm saying is, as a leader, we go through so many transitions. And I had a call with a good brother of mine and my business partner. And one of the things that I was talking about is the word husband. And people look at that word as, husband is okay. All right. That's a male. When a male gets married, he becomes a husband.
Right.
It's deeper than that. If you look at husbandry, if you look at the word, husbandry is just a form of leadership. It's the highest form of leadership.
Break it down.
You know what I'm saying? So I when we have these personal talks, Leticia, just about different life about different things,
Right.
we all are leaders. We all
Yeah.
are supposed to lead in some way, shape, or form.
Right.
You know, and I bring that up because if you look at your content, if you come from a place of leading, of and I have to make this point, like so in farming, when they say
Go ahead.
husbandry and farming, it's like
Right.
the farmer, he lays the seed, he waters the seed, he plants the
Right.
seed, all that stuff, puts in the dirt, it sprouts up, right?
Right. Right.
Your content are seeds. Your content are seeds that you're planting,
That's right.
right? They're going to sprout into something,
Right.
but they're all seeds that you're planting with your audience.
Right.
So from now on, I want everybody to look at their content as what type of seed am I planting today?
That's right.
So you're literally planting seeds. So if you come from this perspective, you'll automatically stop overwhelming your client. All right, we can move on.
Yes, let's move on. Thank you so much for that note, Therese. Okay, so let me get back on track here. So the next point we want to come up with, and all this is, if y'all getting any value out of this, go ahead and type one in the chat.
That's a different story.
Yeah. So what to do differently starting right now? What can you want to definitely share with you guys some of the things that you can do differently. Love bombing. It even dives into your email list. People love bombing, through emails. I
That's a
read
good
them
one.
every day,
That's good.
and I feel like I want to start replying to people and say, hey, this is what I do, and I can help you out with that. But yeah, so when we love bombing up to our email list is one of the fastest ways to lose
Right.
trust. The
Look,
fastest.
this is a good example of love bombing.
Uh-oh. Yes, all
All of
those
that is our new emails.
new emails. Yep.
That's a good
Yeah.
example of love bombing.
Yeah. So definitely focus on that relationship building. I even shared my post that I did earlier to my email list, and I had gotten a bunch of replies. I'm not asking people for anything, not offering anything, just building up that relationship. I want to go back to what you mentioned last time, Meiyoko, when you said we should post from a leadership state. The reason why I was not doing that because sometimes I was feeling like I'm sounding like a victim. You know how sometimes when we're, and like I said, we learning this from other branding coaches, that's how you're taught. When you're
Right.
sharing things that are so transparent, so deep, so broad, so personal, right?
Right.
You don't want to be negative. That's coming off as like you're a victim or this or that. So saying that, listen, I'm going to post this as a sense of leadership. Like, this is where I've been, this is where I'm going, and this is what I'm working on. That's a leader.
Right.
That's leadership in itself. So when I made that post and I posted it, I just felt like I was just being as most transparent and truthful as I possibly can of what I'm going through. And even though certain parts of that post, certain things I shared, I felt a little embarrassed by, especially when I mentioned my kids. At least I'm sharing something that is personal or heartfelt to myself. Because one thing I don't want to do, especially in the social space where it's so easy for people to put on the front and stuff, is to come off as somebody that I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Or not be as open as I need to be. So when people meet me in person, it's the same person they see online. Yeah. Yeah. So definitely, this is a great way to start right here. And I apologize because I skipped a point. I went straight to the third point.
Listen, I was taking notes. Look, I was
Yes.
taking notes. I'm literally taking notes as we're doing this.
Yes, I went straight to the third point and I missed the second point, which is how to stop. No, that's not the right one. Hold on. Yeah, that is the right one, I think. Hold on. Did I miss it?
No, how to stop overwhelming them.
Did we talk about this one?
Why your audience might not. We didn't talk about that yet.
Yes, there we go. Yes. So
why your audience might be silently backing away.
Right. Silently backing away. People always say tonality is everything, right? Type in one in the chat if you ever heard of that. Like, tonality is everything. Our personalities is everything. How we show up, how we handle situations. It's just everything, right? And sometimes when we are doing too much, it gets off that tonality of like pressure and desperation and like, that's not a leadership role. So I, like Meiyoko, I get this all the time with some clients, and you have heard this from some of them as well. I remember years ago, this young lady was like, hey, Lamina, she was like, well, I'm on my weight loss journey. I don't know if you remember this. I'm on my weight loss journey, and she didn't want to share her products because she has not lost her goal weight. And
Okay.
you was like, still post and talk about it because now you're bringing people along the journey with you. That's still leadership. You don't
This
have to go ahead. Mhm.
I was no. Finish your point. Finish your point.
No, no, no. Yeah, you don't have to, reach your destination and then decide to say, okay, now I'm going to teach a bunch of people.
I'm gonna give you guys one of the biggest secrets when it comes to
Mhm.
content, when it comes to leadership, when it comes to authority building. So I
Right,
want everybody to pay attention to this. People care more about the story
right,
and the journey that it takes you to get there than the
right,
actual result. I'm
right.
not saying they don't care about the result, but if you talk to most people, when you say I've achieved X, Y, and Z, I've achieved this amount of money, I've lost this amount of weight, one of the first questions they're going to ask you is, really, tell me all about how you did it.
Did it. Oh, yes. Yes.
If they
Yes.
don't have a story behind what you are claiming
Mm-hmm.
and the result that you have, there's no power.
Right.
And I'm saying that, and I'll use the same person in the example. Let's say she wanted to lose 30 pounds, right? So she
Mm-hmm.
felt like she didn't lose 30 pounds yet. She didn't want to share it. Did she
Right.
lose a half a pound?
Yeah.
Did she lose 2 pounds? She could be like, you know what, y'all? This half a pound was rough to lose.
Right.
I
Right.
was doing this the right way, but I wasn't doing this the right way. And here's what I started to do. So now I'm seeing a gradual change in how I feel and in how I look.
Mm-hmm.
So she's documenting her process. People are
Mm-hmm.
going to be like, wow, hey, you know what? Man, I'm having trouble losing this extra 5 pounds. I can
Mm-hmm.
relate. I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
watch her and see. I'm going to pay attention to her journey because now she's relating to me. Stop focusing so much on trying to prove the results. Focus more on taking them on the journey that you're on. This is how you can coach somebody that makes $10 million and you're only making six figures because they connect to your story. You are relatable. We've talked about this many times. I know I have. Being relatable is so important when it comes to sales, when it comes to building relationships. We connect with people. Some of our friends are friends because they related to us at some point. Way back to high school, grade school. Hey, man, I like basketball. I like basketball too. Hey, my mom does this. Oh, my mom does this too. Now there's a commonality. Now we start to build a relationship and a bond, right? This is what your audience wants. They want to build a relationship with you. You're just not giving them anything to build off of. And I'm going to say that again. Your audience wants to connect and build a relationship with you. They want to buy from you. You're not giving them what needs to be built off of. You're not giving them something to build off of. So for those of you that are so stuck on the results and I got to prove that I can deliver on this particular results, focus on your journey. Stop hiding it. It's the pain and the pleasure. It's the process and the result. It's the happiness and the sadness. When you have the courage and the transparency to share everything, that's when you go into thought leadership. That's when people really start to look at your brand and see you behind it or see you at the forefront. This is when people are like, you know what? I'm going to invest in that coaching program.
That's right.
I'm going to invest in this hair product. I'm going to invest in this particular service that they provide because I relate to them and they are the essence of what they're serving to us.
Right. Right.
Stop hiding behind this result and start sharing with people real life.
Right.
I'm not saying you have to be transparent with everything. Like, oh my God, I went to the doctors and my gynecologist. You don't have to go through all that.
This
But
was my test result.
right, start sharing real life though.
Right.
We are real people
Yes.
that go through real processes, real things.
Right.
It's all a part of leadership. Share some of these things.
Share it.
I was just telling Leticia yesterday. I said, look, I used to be very, very prominent in personal development before I really went into the transformation coaching and signature brand coaching and all that stuff. And I said, you know
Right.
what? I'm going to start doing some of these things again because a lot of these things come to mind. A lot of these things are things I like to share that often help people. So, but that's part of my life. That's real life for me. Don't be afraid to share that with your audience.
Right. Absolutely. I'm sorry I'm looking away, y'all. My daughter is
It's all right. We know you got them kitties. We know you got them.
yes, yes. You know, you have really hit so many things home. Like, even I know for some of you who are watching, some of y'all getting this. I finally realized that when it comes to personal branding, visibility, it's the leadership that is going to get people to say yes to what you're offering.
Absolutely.
Is when you are positioning yourself as a leader, you're sharing those thought-provoking things. We're all thought leaders. Like, Yoga's been telling me this for years. Leticia, you're more than just email marketing. And when he first told me that, I'm like, what? I didn't agree. But then after a while, as I say, listen, I need to share more of me in authentic ways and be unafraid, unapologetic, you know, unbothered, all the uns. They really tap into, hey, I'm a personal brand. I'm also always visible. Y'all see me show up all the time, but I need to start displaying more of a leadership role, because we all are that. We're all leaders. We're not victims. Our stories don't make us victims. Our experiences don't make us victims, no matter what we've gone through.
Right.
Right? We're not victims. We're leaders, and and even if we haven't been healed of going through the journey all the way, like i.e. the example, the young lady who's was going on her weight loss journey, doesn't mean that you're not a leader. You made the decision to put your health first.
All right.
You say yes to that. Now you're just bringing more people along with you so y'all can run together. I
Right.
find that people who think they're leaders really only have a boss mentality.
Mm.
A boss mentality tells you what to do. They don't show you how to do it. A boss mentality points the finger and blame you for everything, instead of focusing on building you up or finding where the gaps, where there are leaks, and helping you to work with that. A boss is always beating you down, not getting you to be built up, building
Right.
yourself up.
Right.
So,
Right.
and with a leader always leads with love. And I know that's hard in certain industries. I know those of y'all in ministry are going to say, you don't understand. I get it.
Love, look, love has many shapes and forms, though.
Huh?
Love is not always
Yeah.
love. You can give somebody advice out of love, and it don't make them, and it doesn't make them feel like that at all.
Right.
All right. So
Yes.
love is very,
Oh, yes.
there has a broad meaning. I wanted to
Yes.
say something really quick though.
Go ahead.
And this is to me as leaders, and I know those listening that are leaders.
Right.
You cannot expect an online presence with an offline leadership.
Yes. Oh, what does
What
that
I
mean?
mean
Talk
by
about it.
that, what I mean by that, you lead very well offline, but it's not translating into your online presence.
Right.
We have to be, as leaders, we have to be the same online as we are offline.
Amen.
There is no difference, and we try to separate the two. Thought leadership does not just happen online. Thought leadership should be occurring in your everyday life. Thought leadership should not just be occurring in your everyday life. It should be occurring online as well. This is who we are. This is what we go through. This is the people that we are. So it should be shown everywhere across the board. Sure, on different levels, sure, but it should be shown everywhere across the board. Period.
It should be. It should be. That's should. That's always the that word. That, and again, guys, it's I can tell you so many times I've met people online and offline. It's different, and
A
it's
different
very
story.
disheartening. It's very disheartening because then you follow that same habit of doing that, and a lot of people don't want to come online because they know they are in that leadership world. They're very transparent, but they don't want to show it on a space, online space, because they're afraid of being judged and looked at and all the things, right? Which we got to get out of that mindset, because that's definitely
ASAP.
that's going to hold you back,
For sure.
and this is really one of the reasons why Meiyoko and I came together. We collaborated to build this tour, because it's really meant for those of you who feel like you're unseen, feel like you're stuck, always second guessing yourself all the time. And you need that person or individuals to give you that push and say, no, do it, go swim, show up, go post, do these things. And you don't know how many times Meiyoko has had those conversations with me about
A
how
lot.
I should position myself as a leader. But again, I had that same mindset as that young lady that we just shared about the weight loss. I haven't got to that place yet on a personal level that I want to be. But again, bring all on the journey. When I get through it, y'all gonna see, oh yes, that's why. It's gonna hit home for you, you know? It's gonna definitely hit home. Because too many entrepreneurs, especially those of you who are purpose-driven ones, you pour everything into your content, your offers, your audience, and nothing into leadership. Nothing into leadership. Yeah.
Life always has a way of showing us that we are a continual work in progress.
Yes.
And
100%.
where we mess up is we think people want to see this completed version of us.
Yes.
This finite version of,
None of us are complete though.
what success
I'm
looks
sorry.
like. This is what success looks like. Like, I'm not here
Right.
yet. But once I get here, everything will be okay.
Right.
That is the most deceptive thing you can say to yourself.
Right. Right.
As long as
Right.
you're breathing, you're always going to be consistently developing.
Right.
Show your audience that particular part of you.
Amen.
I'm
Amen.
telling you, once you start doing that, clients will come, money will come.
Right.
And not only that, it'll open the door to other professional opportunities
Right.
that you never even considered.
Right. Right. It's
You
not
see,
that. Go ahead.
now I was going to say these topics, man. They're it doesn't, what we're doing doesn't even do justice to how long we
Yes.
can really talk about this and what we can really
Yes.
show them. This is why they need to come to the tour.
You gotta come to the tour, Philomena. You gotta come to this tour, sis. I know you're
Get
in
your
Virginia.
ticket.
Get your ticket, sis. Because like I said, I was laughing because we're none of us are born complete, and none of us die complete. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost insane how we walk around and want to wait to be complete in order to share our stories or write that book or whatever it is that we want to do. We just want to wait for that
Right.
perfect moment, and it's never going to be that the way we want it. Because once you get there, it's going to be something else you got to fix or change or alter.
Yeah, this is always based on what somebody else thinks.
Right? 100%, 100%.
And that always changes.
Always changes. Always changes. We still gotta, carry our own cross just like Jesus did, despite what other people think, despite what we think internally. We just gotta keep pushing and keep going. This is such a deep conversation. We could talk about this for hours, but I
Call
really
your
know
brand
that
your breakthrough for a reason.
yes, I really know that those of you who come to the tour, you're gonna really get the full result
Yes.
from that because
Yes.
like we said, every location is going to be a little different. Every city is going to be a little different because we're going to be tailoring our conversations to those of you who come and attend, even for those of you who come in online. We really want you to come in person, but especially for those of you who come online as well. So if you haven't gotten your ticket already, Philomena, the link is there on the screen. Teresa's going to be putting the link in the chat.
Get that
Yes.
ticket.
You gotta come, y'all. This gotta be, the number one event that you go to for the third and fourth quarter. And don't just come to one city, come to multiple cities. Come to multiple cities. Okay. They're very close to each other. And we're going to be in Texas, we're going to be in New York, we're going to be in Georgia, and we're going to be in Maryland. So we don't want y'all to miss this opportunity to get your breakthrough, to build connections, and be around some awesome people, right?
You are not going to get this level of coaching,
Yep.
consulting, emotional intelligence, and transformation coaching in one sit down. You're not going to get this anywhere else. I can
Yeah.
guarantee. I
Yeah.
can guarantee you it. That's not fluff. This is nothing that I'm just saying because it sounds good.
Yep.
I can guarantee you will not walk away the same.
Yep.
And you will be able to implement what you walk away with.
That's right. That's right. And we got to just stop throwing content at a wall and calling it marketing. Like this is marketing, just throwing stuff there and seeing what sticks. And I was told
Right.
that by other branding coaches, just put stuff out there and see what sticks. You're not realizing that's overwhelming.
Yep.
And the one or two good posts that you do throughout the year, people don't see because you threw so much stuff out there that was irrelevant. It wasn't positioning yourself as a leader. Having that type of confidence gets you a long way. That is the invisible piece, the secret sauce, like Meiyoko said earlier, that's going to get people to say yes. It's going to get people, because people always say, well, I got to be relatable, but nobody teaches you how to be relatable.
Mm.
Right? Nobody taps that part of, because it's unique for all of you who are watching. It's unique for all of y'all. It's not going to be the same as me being relatable, or Philomena being relatable, or Annette, although LaShawn. It's different for all of us. This is why you got to come to the tour, because we're going to teach you how to unlock that.
Mm.
So I want y'all to think about that for a second, what you're really going to be missing out on when you don't make that decision and show up. All right, ladies?
Show up. Show up.
Show up. Show
Want to
up to
make
go.
more money? Show up.
Yeah.
Want to build better relationships? Show up.
Yeah.
You want to be a better leader, a more effective leader? Show up.
Yeah. And some of y'all are making the money. Like I was telling Meiyoko about this young lady the other day, and I'm gonna get her to come to the tour too. You're making the money, but you haven't. You're at that
You
blockage,
plateaued. Yep.
plateau.
Okay.
You haven't pivoted from there. It's for those of you who are that way too. You can't get over that hurdle if you don't come to the tour to unlock that, break through that part. Because there is a glass ceiling in entrepreneurship, just like at a job. But that glass ceiling is us, not the boss, or HR or whoever. So again, make sure you go ahead and register. So we have in-person tickets, right? And we also have live stream tickets. But again, more importantly, we want y'all to come in person. So we do have
Oh, you got
in-person
to come
tickets.
out.
Got to get out the house.
Come on out. Come on out.
Come on out the house. Don't stay stuck in the office. Don't stay stuck behind that desk or in that bed or in your little corner in your house. Come out the house. Come out the house and be around like-minded people. And I'm
Absolutely.
telling you, there's going to be some tears. There's going to be some aha moments. There's going
I
to be
will
some
say that.
shouting.
There probably may be some crying,
Yes.
but good crying. Good crying.
Good crying. Release. Crying when you're releasing. All right, y'all. So we appreciate you guys for joining us again this week. We'll be back here again next week. But please don't wait and stall, because the thing is about the tour is that we want it to be like an intimate space. We want it to be really connected to you guys. So it's not going to be a room full of 200, 3,000 people. We want to keep it intimate, keep it small, so we can really hone in on each individual who comes. Okay. So don't forget to register. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for joining. Till next time, make sure you go to bit.ly/YBYB tour and go ahead and get your ticket. If you have questions, feel free to reach out to myself or Meiyoko. We'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you may have. Until next time, bye, guys.
See ya. Grab them tickets.
Yeah.